Hi everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm going to show you how I've made this double swing card. So I made this during a Facebook Live. So it all folds down into a 6x6 size. And then as soon as you open it, it kind of just does it for you. So it's a really easy one for the recipient to know what you're doing with it. You've got space on the back there to write your message. You can actually cover all the panels. So you've got a lot of room there if you need to have, more people writing in it. But it's got a really nice, it displays well. And you can really show off your papers. So I tried to do this one so it's like a continued scene. And I've used this beautiful paper pad, which I'll show you in a moment. But pretty straightforward. I've used circles for the apertures, but you could use squares. And you can cut them if you don't have dies. So it's a good one to do with limited supplies as well. So let's get started. So this is the paper pad I've used, Field of Dreams. I've actually cut into the front of this one as well because I wanted the pretty flowers there. So you get toppers, there's all sorts in there. I've used quite a lot. I want to use these ones next on a nice card because they're really pretty with like the cornflower blue there and everything. They're just, yeah, something a little bit different. So it also comes in an 8x8 as well. So, but I've got the 6x6. For the sentiments, I've used these circular ones, which I got from Card Making Magic. And then just the circle dies, which I'll give you the measurements to in a moment. So one thing I'm going to do with this one, just to make it a little bit different and just to give you another extra piece, I guess, when you close it, if you don't want that to be what they see when they take it out of the envelope, I'm actually going to put another front panel on this and then a back panel, so that when you open it, it's going to have two more panels here. So it's going to become like a big showstopper card, and you can obviously decorate it more and more. So first of all, you want this piece here, which is for this back section. So if I keep it like that, you see you've got this W, that's one piece of cardstock. So this is 12x6. Along that 12-inch side, you want to score at 3, 6 and 9. And then you want to fold, so you've got a valley, a mountain and a valley. So you'll have that shape there. And then you're going to want two pieces of 6x6, which are these two pieces here that we're going to cut the circle shape, if that's the shape you want to do. So 6x6, and then the pattern paper is 5 3/4 squared. So I'm going to have one like this and then one like that, because the bees still work well that way as well. And then I can have my circles, and then I'm going to pop little embellishments in those corners. So two 6x6 and then two pieces of 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 pattern paper. And then you want two pieces of 6x6.5. Again, you want your pattern paper to be 5 3/4 squared. So in total, actually, you'll want 5 pieces of pattern paper that's 5 3/4 squared, because this is the one I'm having on the front. So this will become the front of the card. So these are going to stick onto each end. So if I just sit this one here, so it's optional, but you can just see how much bigger now it makes the card. So if you've got lots of stamps, you've got a particular scene, big special birthday with numbers and stuff you want to put on there, then you can. And then when that all closes, that will become the back, and that would be what they see when they take it out of the envelope. Okay, so you'll get the two options in this video. Just thought, when I was prepping for it, I thought actually that could work quite nicely. So these two pieces are 6x6.5. Along the 6.5 side, you want to score at 1/2 inch. And then you've got your tabs then for each side. So just think about the direction of your papers. So that's the front, then they're going to open it. That's the inside, that's the very far side. And then these two are going to go in the middle. So that's kind of how my design's going to look. So next you want to keep those two 6x6 pieces. We'll go through all the mats and layers for the other panels in a minute. And these are the ones we're going to cut the apertures into. So the size of this circle is 2 3/8 diameter. So something around that size if you're working on a 6x6. But it's very easy to make this a bigger size card, smaller size card. You can also just have one aperture. So this could be a larger square. I've got a really nice swing card. So you could take the kind of sizings that I've done with that and make this style. I'll link that up here. I've also done a triple swing, so I've got 3 circles if you want to do something like that. But already people have been sharing on the Mixed Up Crafters Facebook group, ones where they've used like a rectangle or a square, so you don't have to do 2 circles on each side. So I want to make sure I get these lined up, so I'm just going to grab a pencil and a ruler, and I'm going to very lightly draw. Well, first of all, just mark at 3 inches at the top and bottom. You could do this on the back side if you want, but I want to make sure I cut my circle from this side. And then just, like I said, I'm going to lightly put a pencil mark just down there. And then I want to cut my 2 circles. So I've come down about 1/2 inch from the top there. And I just want to make sure this circle is equally spaced over that pencil line. So I'm just going to tack that in place, run that through, then I'm going to move it down and cut here. Okay, I'm just looking at my paper and I'm actually thinking I'm just going to do the single circle because I don't want to lose the bees there, and I think it'd be nice to just show you how it looks with a single circle. But if you want to cut obviously the two, you literally just move your die down and then just run that through again. So to make sure that this lines up, you could just sit that one over the top, which is what people were trying to explain to me to do in the live, and then you could draw around that. Well, I'll do it, I'll show you. Just draw around it with a pencil, and now I can line my die up with that, or just mark it 3 and do a line, because you might want to have it slightly different. You might want to have this one further down. They don't have to mirror each other, they don't have to be in the same place, so it's entirely up to you. But I think because I want to keep the design like so, then yeah, I'm going to bring that up there, and then I might have something maybe decorated down here. We'll see. It's just nice to be able to play around. Okay, so those are all ready. Then you're going to take this piece and you're going to stick half of this to this end 3x6 panel, like so. So I'm going to use my construction glue, and I can roughly see where kind of halfway is there. So I'm just going to add my glue to this piece, and that way you won't see any glue. You could add the glue here if you want to just draw around that circle with a pencil, so again you know where to add the glue. And just lay that down so it lines up. Oh, that's good, you can't see any there. You fold it all flat like so, and then you're going to do the same at this end here. So I'm going to take my glue onto the back of this and then just line it up with that end. Okay, so now you should have that shape there. I'm then going to add these panels now. So I've got my one there for the back, and then this one where I've stuck pattern paper on both sides, that's my front. That one is going to stick just there. So now we've got quite a large card, but I just think it's nice to show you the two kind of ways that you can do this. So I'm just running my glue down that tab and then just sit it. If you kind of fold it around the edge there, then that way you know it's all going to line up. And then again with this one. Okay, so now I've got this very long card. It doesn't look much at the moment because it's not until you add the circles that you get that, you know, kind of swinging cool effect. So I've cut more than I needed because originally obviously this was going to have 2 circles on each side, but now I've just got the one. So I've got the original size that you cut your aperture. You want to cut that again in whatever colour it is you want. I think I'm going to do the greens. I think that's going to look quite cool. And these are going to stick inside there. And then I have my sentiments. So I've got happy birthday, which has been stamped using that set that I showed you at the beginning. And then I've got best wishes, which will go on the other side. But then I've also cut these pieces because I was going to have obviously 4. And these are from the front cover. And they just look quite nice on some foam, you know, as an option as well. And I think I like the green against the white and everything because I've got so much red with all the cardstock here. Then I've also cut these pieces. I've done just under 3x6, and I've done the polka dot, and they're going to go inside here. I want them to completely kind of cover the panels, and polka dot always looks really good against like floral designs. So you want 2 of those that are just under 3x6, and then for the back I've cut 4 pieces of 2 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then that will give you the same border that you've got on all of these pieces on the front. So what I'll do first of all is show you how you want to stick these down. So you just want to add your glue to half of the circle or whatever shape. So if it's a square, whatever you've originally cut this aperture, you want to then cut the same amount in these pieces. So if I open the whole thing up, on this circle here, you want to add your glue to half of it and then stick it onto the right hand side and just sit it back into that space. And then on this one, you want to stick it onto the left hand side. So you could add the glue into this section if you want, or you can add it onto this piece, whatever works best. Now when you open it, you'll see they pop out. So you want to make sure both pieces stick onto this middle section, okay? But you want to stick that down first. So I'm going to quickly peel mine off. There's just too many ways to do things. Sometimes you forget the steps yourself. So I'm going to stick these down, stick those back in, and I'm also going to stick those back panels on, and then we can decorate it. Okay, so I've popped my sentiment on that side. I think I'm going to go with the 2 sentiments because you know, they're not directly next to each other. So let's just pop that one that way. Okay, so you can see that now. So that's kind of how it is when it's all open. So next I'm going to, I think, maybe have these just to fill some of the space here, because obviously I've got a lot more open space, but I wanted to show this design. So that's how it looks from the back. So that's your space to write your message, and then that's the front of the card. I think if you're going to do it this big, then you want a bigger aperture. I think this would have worked better with a one big circle, or definitely the 2, because if you can imagine this one here, which I just love, if that had the 2, you know, these, well, if I just sit it kind of in there, it just fills it a lot more. But I just wanted to show you how it looks with the extras on there. So I think that one could definitely have maybe a 3D flower, like some of the poppies here as well. So I might have a little look and see what I've got in my stash, and maybe fill that up. But I like now that that one folds down in it. I guess it's just got a nicer front for when they take it out the envelope. So you could always just add it on 1/2, you know, and just have it here maybe. So lots of scope with this one. Like I said, any shape, you know, of these swing pieces you can have. And yeah, just love these papers. I just think they're so pretty. So hopefully that's given you some inspiration anyway, and another fun card style for you to try. I do really like it. And yeah, if you need one for a work colleague and you need lots of signatures, then it's definitely got that showstopper, you know, feel about it. And yeah, really like this one. So thank you once again for watching. I will link all of the product that I've used in the description box below, and I'll be back again very soon with more tutorials. Take care. Bye.